Hello there. We all love conquering, but you know the worst part about it? Those damn locals, trying to defend themselves and their homelands. This is especially difficult when playing Japan, as if you do well, you'll end up with a massive China to occupy and tons of resistance. But what if I told you there's a way to get 100% compliance over all of China? Not just the ROC, all of the warlords, and even your puppet lands in Manchuria as well. Plus, I'll be giving you a little bit of a guide for best strategies as Japan in general, as a little treat. For more tips and sort of pseudo-guides like this, like the video and subscribe, or resistance fighters will cut all of your railroads. Okay, here we are, Japan. We're gearing up for a total 100% compliance in the entirety of China. Thanks to half an exploit, half a clever trick, you'll see. But since we're getting ready for a relatively historical China war, we're going to be going down a pretty normal path with Japan. Just absolutely rushing down the Purge to Kadoha faction. Side note, goddamn is the Japanese focus tree lame. It's just so bad. Please, Paradox, add more things. Gonna build just a couple civies to start with, just because I am going to need it. Part of this little exploit requires building in puppets, so we need some civies. Oh, it's been a little while since I played Japan. The air force you start out with is so bad. Look at this. Game, please. Whenever I play a country I haven't played in a while, I do like to try to get every single unit across the world into your home country, so you can just see it in order. Japan's army, kinda crap. Like, a lot of the divisions are not very good, some very basic reserves, and their main infantry is just infantry. No artillery to speak of. I beg of you, Japan, please learn what a gun is. Okay, the vast majority of their infantry are actually crappy reserves, please. Also, since we're entirely focusing on China for this little bit, we're gonna be prioritizing the army over the navy. Almost forgot we desperately need to make a agency, because that is basically the whole point of this strategy. We need to be getting to 100% collaboration in China, so we gotta start that right now. Also, as I said, this is going to be a little bit of a guide for China. We're actually not going to be converting our crappier divisions over. I just like complaining about them. We're going to be recruiting a few Marines up to our maximum, some cavalry because they're fast, I don't know, 5. And basically the whole point is these crappy ones will hold the line with China, our actual divisions will be pushing, and our weird little tank and motorized and Marines will be doing all the naval invasions. I don't want to win this war instantly because I need time to get to 100% collab with China and to do a couple things with my puppets, but I do want to be effective and powerful, so I don't lose too many casualties or supplies. We can also test the Soviets and try a little border war. So we're gonna just take 3 of the best trained normal infantries and combine them with these stupid tanks and chuck them right on that little border. And by being on the border ahead of time, it means that you automatically get most of your units onto the fight as quickly as possible. Don't forget to send volunteers to Spain. We can only send 3 annoyingly. We'll send them to Toshizo Nizo. I'm looking to get Hill Fighter, which is pretty useful. I don't know what it is recently with border wars, but in my last several attempts at border wars, I always lose because when my units get defeated, they retreat forever and can never take part in the battle. But when their units retreat, they immediately come back. So I just eventually lose no matter what. But it doesn't matter because you get 25 army XP and that's worth it. I did 5 different branch upgrades for agency so I can get a second agent to begin working on the collab government for China. And the Spanish volunteers have arrived. Give them our field marshal. And I'm truly just going to be slamming onto any hill tiles that I can because I truly just want to hit hills. Don't forget to click high priority for operations, otherwise the collab government will never actually get started. Oh my god, you start with no advisors as Japan. What is this? Like a little typical Hago out of the improved light tank chassis I researched, the 36 chassis. Just gonna give it a gun and make it better than the crap you start with. Hey, I gotta do something to push, okay? And it's gonna be called Leo in a Sink after a recent YouTube member. Though I was complaining about the focus tree, at least it's a clear path. You get war economy, you get some factories, you get total Mobi, then you get 3% recruitable bump, and then you go to China. And that's what we're doing. And since we're starting to go that path, I'm gonna now begin doing mill factories. Don't forget to do at least a little bit of naval research like destroyers and stuff, because you will need a navy eventually. And that's one collab done. Now just start the next one. Make a slight change to our infantry division, add some artillery, get rid of one of the infantry, and this is going to be what we mainly push with. Alright, a little bit late, but we're doing the Marco Polo Bridge incident. Hooray! And of course, we gotta do the Yamato class battleship. I never get to do this, come on. Build up an airbase over here, so I can actually fit my planes. And there's the Marco Polo Bridge incident, giving us some very nice bonuses. Give us the ability to attack China, and I'm basically ready to do just that. We're going to declare war straight away. Let's do it. Call all of our allies in, and we're not going to do any attacking, because remember, we don't actually actually really want to be fighting just yet. The reason being, we have a horrendous penalty with the Marco Polo Bridge incident. Just look at it. Oh, it's awful. There's not really much point in trying to do any attacks, so we're just going to click the escalate, and we're going to let them hit us first. Every other Chinese power has now joined the war, which is perfect, except for Guangxi Clique. Hurry up. But the thing we want to be focusing on now is lend-leasing to Mangukyo and Manchukyo. We want to literally just give them as much guns as possible. Like, I'm just going to constantly send them guns. That's all I want to do. We also want to be building in Manchukyo Mangukyo as a priority. So in fact, I'm going to turn all of these off now and just be focusing on building in them. Because what I want to do is I want to be able to annex them, which is actually quite easy to do. They are already almost all the way to being annexed. They just require a little bit more. So you just have to save up your PP to do so. And we get the second escalate war in China. You get this once every month. It does give extra war support to the US, which is quite bad, but it also gives us the 10% bonus. I'm just not going to attack China because again, I'm in no rush. I'm still waiting for the collabs to be done. Sent them too many guns. They don't have any freaking convoys. You idiots. Come on. Oh, thank you, Italy. Free guns. I love it. I have way more guns than I could possibly need, but that's okay. It's fine. It is still going down from building them anyway. All we have to do is get them a little bit more, and then we can annex them. Frustratingly, all these focuses that add stuff directly to Manchukyo, your main puppet, doesn't give them any autonomy progress. It just gives them factories. It's so strange. Why? With the third escalate war in China, I might as well start now, because the attack bonus is only 10%. I don't really care about that. Let's go. Ah, AI, you're so bad at being able to defend from naval invasions. And there's the very final collaboration that we need. You only need 3 because we're already at 75%. It's amazing how much China just does not pull off of its main border, even though you've taken up a giant chunk of its northeast. It's kind of ridiculous. But it's all right. We're just going to keep chaining up the naval invasions and yeeting more troops in there. Oh, I always forget how many civilian factories the last step of collab government requires. Look at that. 31 over 62 days. Oh, it's going to be slow down because I actually don't even have enough. Okay. Oh god, and we naval invaded. I did not see that. Did not see that. Freaking finally we took Beijing. That was actually quite hard. I probably should have been doing more attacks earlier, but it's fine. We've taken lots and lots. Just need to annex the puppets. Forgot to mention you should absolutely have been recruiting more divisions as you go. I definitely don't have enough because China is just absolutely massive, so I'll just slam out another dozen or so. Help speed along the annexation of puppets. I'm going to go to suppress subjects to reduce their autonomy. Just needs a little bit more. It's really just all about microing up and down the front, doing pushes in this direction, which pulls reinforcements down from the north. And then as they try to move along your line, because the railway is just here, they start to reposition this way to get to the railway to strategically redeploy down to Wuhan. You just slap into them and keep them busy. It's worth trading a few losses in the north for this. Oh yeah, the encirclements. Let's go. Also, we have just completed the last collab, giving us a full 100% collaboration on China, making them extremely close to capitulation. Just some delightful micro, encircle giant chunks of the enemy by taking ports, naval invade behind them, and wipe them out. I also have to be a little careful because if I push too much, I will actually capitulate them before I've annexed my subjects. We have to be a little slow. If you ever do find yourself struggling against China with their wave upon wave of units, focus on terrain. Like for example, over here in Henan, there's a decent amount of plains that you can push into. Same here in this region here in Hongshan. And then once you get into this region of the southern mountains, it starts getting really hard. So you swap your attacks from the south to the center and push towards Wuhan and Shangdai with the central plains. It's harder for them to defend, and if you push really quick, they won't even get a chance to get behind rivers. One puppet annexed, one more to go, and then we can destroy China. Also, might as well just start mass building dockyards as well. It's only February 39 and China's basically defeated. I am truly just waiting to annex Mangukyo. Okay, finally, it took a very, very long time. We have officially annexed Mangukyo. Now we will just destroy China. And there we go. With 100% compliance, you really don't have to take that much of China. We're then just going to annex the entirety of China. Thank you very much. And with all of China annexed, we can see that on Japan itself, we have 100% compliance strength. Pretty cool indeed. But in the warlords, it's 0. As you can see in Guangxi Clique, where all the resources are, in Communist China, which is pretty annoying because it means you don't get the full power of all of these states. Though of note, you do get the full compliance strength in the annexed bits of Manchukyo, because of the fact that since you annexed Manchukyo, it counts as part of China when you capitulated it, because China has it as a core state. So you've instantly gained 100% compliance on the territory of your former puppet, which is obscenely good. So you could absolutely just stop there. You've got a really large amount of 100 compliance strength in pretty much the entirety of China. You do not get all the glorious resources of Guangxi Clique, and all the warlords aren't completely in compliance. But here's what you can do. You can create a collaboration government in China. This then releases the entirety of China and all the previous warlords as one powerful country as Japanese China. They are a collaboration government. They have to give you 75% of their civilian and military industry. Because of the fact that they are China cores, you get way more of their industry than you would have if you'd just been occupying them directly with 100% compliance. But now comes even more of a silly maneuver, because we only need to get 500 points to be able to annex them. So we're now basically just going to be building directly into China. But we have to wait a little bit because we just annexed them. For some reason, it always takes a day or two to update. But now we can just directly build the dockyards that we were going to build in Japan and instead build them directly into China. We can also move back to suppress subjects in a little bit and continue to reduce their autonomy so that we can annex them. Actually, just realized something. You actually don't get access to your puppets' dockyards for some really stupid reason. It's only civilian and military industry, but look how many civilian factories we now have. We now have 4.5 full lines, so we can still be making dockyards for ourselves while building up mills in China. Again, we just get so much potential from having them as a puppet. They give us 75%. It's crazy. Oh, look at that. We now have 74 total military factories, which is more than we ever had directly occupying them. Oh, that's incredible. We're going to not import resources from them because even though we could get an absolute pile of resources, that massively lowers their autonomy if they start to export extra trade towards us. And I want to bring them back down to 0. Oh my god, I have more military factories than I know what to do with. This is fantastic. I guess I should probably be building an Air Force. I haven't really been making carrier planes. You know what? Doing one import for aluminium from China only gets me 38, but the extra building slots that I get available, I think I get a whole nother half a building slot to be able to put more factories in China. I think that still gives me plenty of points. Yeah, look at that. That's crazy. We just need to save up a lot of political power to be able to get to that point. I really don't understand the Japanese focus tree. In the naval tree, you have either carrier warfare experiments or supremacy of the battle fleet. Supremacy of the battle fleet gets you the Yamato super heavy battleship, right? Japan did this. They literally did this. So this is the historical option. Except also the 0 requires this focus, which requires this focus. And they definitely did this. So which is it? Which am I supposed to do? I don't understand. Well, I'm going to do neither because I need to save up PP because I want to annex China. I hate trying to assign guards to defend ports. It takes so long, especially when there's all these little ones that are not included in the areas next to it, and they're so easy to miss. And there we go, before the end of 1939, by just massively building up in China, you can click the Annex button. And with that, we have re-annexed China after having only briefly held them as a puppet, but with the added advantage that now every single state in the Chinese area has 100% compliance. That's right, 100%, every inch of it. And look at that, we are now at 103 factories. We are building even more because we get the rest of their factory production. We were only getting 75% before, and we're at 1.56 million manpower. We just gained 1.5 million pretty much, just thanks to the little tricks of building up your puppets and annexing them before defeating China, and then doing the same thing to a released China. 100% compliance. You'll notice that it is actually draining 0.045 per day from compliance growth, and to mitigate that, we can actually go down to secret police, which actually gives you more factories, which is surprisingly good, or you can even go down to local police force just to try to slow that growth down. Also, we do need to making sure that garrisons are the priority, but this leaves you in an absurdly powerful state well before 1940. I wasn't annexing China as fast as I could have been, and I should have been saving up PP earlier, but look at this. From this point on, you can just build tons and tons of ships and invade and utterly destroy the Dutch East Indies and all of Indonesia and America. You've got 100 mil factories to play with, endless manpower, and frankly, beat the crap out of the Soviet Union. Like, you have endless borders with them and nothing to occupy your time. India will fall, Indonesia will fall, the Allies ain't got nothing. That's all this video was. I really just wanted to show you a very fun way to get 100% compliance in all of China with surprisingly little effort. If you like this kind of video and want to see more shorter videos with tips and tricks, how to maximize potential and just be awesome in Hoi, please let me know in the comments. As always, like the video, and thank you to all the YouTube members and patrons who so wonderfully and graciously support this channel and whose names you shall see shortly. Bye-bye.